Today, on the Vince Everett Ellison Show, somebody assassinated my good friend, Charlie Kirk. And we're going to talk about that today. I knew Charlie. I love Charlie, and I knew him well. And we're going to talk about and give you a little bit of insight about my friend, Charlie Kirk, today on the Vince Everett Ellison Show.
I'm Charlie. My faith cost me my life, but now I stand forever in glory with those who also stood firm. So at this time, I'd like to introduce you to some of my brothers and new friends.
My name is Paul, and I was beheaded for the gospel of Jesus Christ.
My name is Andrew,
And I was crucified for following the cross of Christ.
My name is Stephen, and I was stoned for proclaiming Christ as Lord.
my name is Peter, and I was crucified for my faith in Jesus.
My brothers and sisters, root yourself in a Bible-believing church. Pray for your enemies, for our battle is spiritual. It's time to awaken your faith. Rise up, speak truth without fear, and overwhelm the world with Jesus.
All right, y'all, let's get this thing started. A week ago today, a madman assassinated my friend, Charlie Kirk. And I have not been the same since. I've been struggling, and I haven't made not many live comments about it. I've done a few interviews, but I put some interviews of me and Charlie over the past 2 years on my podcast just to reminisce a bit, to show you where we were and how we kind of came together when it came to Christ and when it came to politics, when it came to culture. And if there was any sin that Charlie Kirk was guilty of, there were two. One sin was that Charlie believed that black people were as good as white people. And the other one was that Charlie did not know just how evil this world could be. I knew Charlie understood there were demons walking around here in human form. He knew it. Charlie was young. And I don't know if he had ever had an opportunity to see evil the way that I'd seen it. I worked in a penitentiary for 5 years, and I know evil men. I dealt with them. I looked them in the eye. And I had to deal with them in an extreme environment at a maximum security prison, so it was intense. And I dealt with rapists and murderers and thieves and drug kingpins and child molesters every day. And I know what they're capable of. There's no rhyme or reason. There is no conversing with them. There is no changing them. The only thing you can do is lock them up or pull a bullet through their head. And the Democratic Party is full of them. And they are hunting conservatives. Yes, they are. They're hunting us. This, and I'll show you, and I'll give you evidence of it. Rutgers University has just done a study. It's called the Network Contagion Research Center. And they said that there is an assassination culture on the left. They asked them a question, whether or not Elon Musk should be murdered to get him out of power, and 50% said yes. They asked them if Donald Trump should be murdered, and 56% said yes. Isn't that interesting? This assassination culture, they asked Democrats, would they use force to remove Donald Trump from power? 39% said yes. Where did this culture come from? Where did this culture of violence and murder come from? How did this young man by the name of Tyler Robinson become so radicalized that he could actually go and plan to get on a roof and kill a 31-year-old man who's married with children in front of the world? You've heard me say over and over again on this show that whenever the government tries to force social change on people, violence is going to ensue. And when you see this forced social change, it usually comes from whom? The Democratic Party. Civil War, precipitated by the Democratic Party. Why? Because they didn't want to accept the election of Abraham Lincoln. So they said they were going to secede from the Union and keep their slaves. Lincoln said he wasn't going to take their slaves. They did not want Lincoln in the White House, so they decided to start a war. They lost the war, and we had Reconstruction. Reconstructing the South, giving the freedmen basic constitutional and civil rights. The Democratic Party, again, fought against it. Stole elections. Made a deal to pull the Union troops out of the South because they had stolen the elections down South. And so after 17 years of war, from 1860 to 1877, the Union troops left. And then the Democratic Party again, what? They reversed the Civil War. And they started Jim Crow. 100 years of it. And then when black people, when the federal government finally found out that black people down South were not going to fight for their freedom, they started sending troops down to try to protect black people again and give them their constitutional rights. And who fought against that again? Democratic Party. Orville Faber, Lester Maddox, Ross Barnett, Eastman, all these old Southern Democrat governors, Fritz Hollins, you name them, they all fought it. And then after they lost that, they started the Vietnam War protests. Democrats again. They voted to stop the funding in Vietnam, and we were run out the country like cowards, the same as we were in South Afghanistan. And now look at where we are. We are in an age of anti-Christian liberalism and bigotry. What does that consist of, y'all? Abortion, LGBTQ, climate change, drugs, prostitution, Obamacare, illegal immigration, allowing drag queens to come in schools and shake their behinds in children's faces, taking God out of schools and putting drag queens in, taking the Bible out of libraries and putting porn in, allowing demented men to go into schools and go in the bathrooms with your children, with your daughters, allowing demented men to go in the locker rooms with your daughters, allowing demented men to play on sporting teams with your daughters, allowing schools to transition your children, allowing Obamacare to give incentives to pay for your children being transitioned, and demanding that insurance companies pay for these transitions also. And what have they done? And this is when it gets interesting. Children are going through problems in adolescence are now being told that they are transgender. You know why? Because there's no profit in a child making money or a doctor making money. if a child just says, I'm going through some type of mental problem. But if they can get them to believe that they're transgender, $100,000 for a sex change operation, and then hundreds of thousands of dollars in perpetuity for the hormone drugs that keep them where they are. So over the past 10 years, the number of young girls and children saying that they're transgender has gone up 10,000%. And this is where we get with this young man. What's his name? Robinson, Tyler Robinson. Guy was staying with a man that was transitioning into a woman. Now, in my mind, if he wanted a woman, he should have just went ahead and married one or got with one. But now, this kid is going to get with a guy that's transitioning into a woman. This showed you he was crazy. And because people like Charlie Kirk would show up and tell him the truth, they couldn't take the truth. The boy was obviously raised up, like they said, in a conservative family. So what happened? He got radicalized. Who radicalized him? The left, the Democratic Party. That they're driving people crazy. Last week I talked to you about a trend of these young people who are being lied to by these doctors and saying that they're transgender, and they're giving them drugs and they're driving them crazy, who are doing these mass shootings all over this country. And it started in 2008 when Barack Obama became president and said he wanted to transform the United States of America.
We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
Hope and what? Change. We are going to transform America. First thing he did in his first 2 years, he even ran on it, was implementing Obamacare to allow all these sex change operations, all these hormones, and that this stuff had to be paid for by either insurance or the government. Second thing he did was allow all these illegals to start coming over this country. Started lying and started to try to make people think that he was deporting them, but he wasn't. He started counting turnarounds at the border as deportations and was letting millions come in. Yeah, he was replacing the population of this nation. With that, he started allowing fentanyl and sex trafficking to come over that border. Then they started taxing the hell out of us, paying for the Green New Deal and these climate change initiatives. Sending out executive orders saying that you had to let children in public education choose the bathrooms that they desire to go to. Yeah, Obama did that. Started the riots and stuff with Trayvon Martin and BLM. All that came under his watch. And aborting children up to the 9th month. Wholesale murder. And what did America do? America pushed back. And they elected Donald Trump in 2016. With the help of Charlie Kirk, myself, we rejected it. They wanted to put in Hillary Clinton to keep the ball rolling. And America said no. So what did they do in 2020? Stole the election. I bet you don't doubt it now. You see how far they go now? And then Joe Biden jumped in and went full speed ahead. Started wars all over the globe because people were saying, we don't want this. And during that time in the wilderness, people like me, Charlie Kirk, April Chapman, Brandon Tatum, Chad Jackson. Yeah, we were all out there telling people what they were doing. The war in Ukraine started. Why? Because the Democratic Party over in America wanted to push their ideas further and further west. And Vladimir Putin said, no further. The war in Gaza started. You know why? Same thing. Supporting terrorism. Ending Donald Trump's boycott on Iran, allowing Iran to make all of this money. He gave him pallets of money. And who did Iran give the money to, y'all? Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, all these terrorist organizations. What did they do? Start attacking Israel. And what happened? We ran Trump again, and this time it's too big to rig. And Charlie Kirk went out there, and he galvanized the youth all over America. I was out there working for YAF, and I was working for Blexit also, Charlie Kirk's organization, to take the message to the inner city black community. Yes, I almost worked myself to death last year. Giving speeches, writing books, doing podcasts. Because they had to be defeated, and we beat them. And right before the election, they tried to kill Trump twice. And by the grace of God, they missed him. So they weren't finished. Trump was number one in the conservative movement. Charlie Kirk was number two. And they took out my friend. We beat them with ballots. They're trying to beat us with bullets. The Democrats are hunting us, y'all. I'm not saying we should turn around and hunt them, but I'm saying that we need to be prepared for them when they come. We need to be prepared, not if they come, but when they come. Demons walk this earth. I've always told you the Democratic Party was the evilest institution in the history of the world. They're a cabal of perverts, liars, psychopaths, and anti-Christian bigots. If you look at any Charlie Kirk's postings, he talks about Christianity. The people on the left hate him. You know why? Because Charlie Kirk tells them, if you believe in Jesus Christ and you're a child of God, how can you be a victim? Oh, you can't say that to them on that, because they live through victimization, see. The worst thing a white man can say to one of those Negroes is that I am not going to help you anymore. It's time for you to walk. They used to their mama carrying them around. And they ain't used to their daddy telling them, put that boy down. Crying for DEI. Earn it. He don't like me. He don't like me. He a racist. No, he believes you can earn it. Black man, you got white privilege over me. I don't have any privilege over you. You just lazy. He a racist. He a racist. Company saying, I'm going to use DEI to choose the best people to choose the people for these positions. Well, I'm not going to come to your store because you're not choosing the best. In America, that's what marketing is. You give me the best. We don't believe in set-asides because of the color of skin. We believe in merit. Not to them jokers, because they know they can't make it on merit. You're racist, you're racist. See, the people that don't believe that they can make it on merit are going to always say that you're racist. And people like me and Charlie Kirk going to look you in the eye and say, if you can't make it on merit, you don't get it. Always want a handout. Always saying that if I didn't make it, it's because you're racist, and I got to go to the government and tell the government to make you give me what I want. And if you resist, you're racist. These people are at the bottom of every socioeconomic statistic in America. These soy boy, jellyback, punk black men, I can't stand them, have led their people to the bottom and went around strutting like they've done something. And Charlie Kirk called them out, and they couldn't take it. Yeah, he called out your criminality and held you to a standard. Yeah, he asked a question about fatherlessness. He asked a question about crime and gang violence. Oh, and it hurt your feelings because he told you the truth. A hit dog, a holler. Oh, they hate the ones that tell the truth. So they really think they done some damage. You know, like they've always done, like Martin Luther King used to, he spoke of peace, but he always caused violence. Charlie Kirk actually talked of peace. So now y'all have caused violence, and now you want to say peace. Y'all cool down now. Let's simmer down the temperature. You're going to slap me in my face. You're going to kill my friend, and then talk about, okay, y'all, now everybody chill out. No, I'm with Donald Trump on this one and J.D. Vance. The Democrat Party left, as I've said to you before, is an evil institution. And it's time for America to pick a side. Everybody out there, you listen. Are you going to be on the side of the people that assassinated a good man? Charlie Kirk never laid his hands on anybody. Never threatened to lay his hands on anybody. Never hurt anybody. He would show up at college campuses and put up a sign and say, ask me anything. Let's talk. Charlie's much nicer than I am. I saw Charlie take time to debate with people. I said, man, shut up, leave me alone. Sit down somewhere. Argue with you, which I have done. Charlie suffered fools. I don't suffer fools.
I think you really want a big black dick up your ass.
Well, you seem pleasant. Are you married?
Was your mom married?
Are you married?
Because I got a call from the doctor. She missed her fucking abortion.
You seem so sweet.
Charlie, you seem so fucking stiff and white. Do you have a stick up your ass?
Is there something wrong with being white?
Charlie, is there something wrong with a stick in your ass is what I'm asking. I love you, Charlie. You're the best comedian. You're the best fucking comedian on.
Do you want a hat?
You're the best one.
She wants a hat. Can you wear it?
I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm not going to argue with you. If you want to have a very good substantive question, a substantive conversation, I'll talk with anybody. The first time you call me a name, you're going to get out my face. You don't get out my face, I'm going to do something to you. Charlie took a lot of abuse from these people. He was always kind. He was always a gentleman. Charlie Kirk was a good man. I'm going to be going to his funeral in Phoenix on Sunday. It's the least I can do. Say farewell to a friend, a colleague. I remember last time I saw him.
Hey, man, how are you? Great to see you. Yes. Got my back when no one else did. Yeah, you're great. Thank you. Thank you. Great. If we have any extra time, we'll have you on the show. It's pretty.
Shook his hand, a little inside thing that happened. And Charlie said, you had my back when nobody else did. I said, I'll always have your back, Charlie. And we were making plans to do great things. But they shot Charlie and killed him, and I was illuminated to open up the Washington Post. And I saw where 110,000 people showed up on the streets of Great Britain chanting Charlie's name, holding up his picture. TPUSA is growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger since they shot Charlie. You didn't stop a movement. He's now an icon. He's now a legend. It's like Jesus said, you take this kernel and you put it into the ground, it's going to become much, much larger than it ever had before. You have done nothing but awaken a sleeping giant. And America has seen in living color just how evil you people are. So you ICE Democrats, the ignorant, and the crazy, and the evil, the ignorant part of you, it's just gotten much, much smaller. People are being educated now. Something's interesting here. The internet is undefeated. So as you guys go and lie on my friend Charlie Kirk, people are doing their own research now, and they're finding the truth. And in finding the truth, they're also going to discover that you're a liar. In finding the truth, they're going to find out just how evil you really are. In finding the truth, they're going to understand how you've been lying, not just on a good man, but how you've been lying on Jesus Christ, how you've been lying on your mission, how you've been lying on America. And I think that the Democratic Party, I know they have just stabbed themselves in the heart. They are done. So we're going to celebrate the life of Charlie Kirk. You're going to celebrate the fact that his influence has only gotten wider. We're going to celebrate the fact that God is in control, and he knows all things. And we're going to also celebrate the fact that you Democrats are done. And I'm going to keep bringing this to you because I'm here to wake you up. And I hope I did you some good today. I'll see you again in heaven, Charlie. God bless.
Love it. Vince, God bless you, man. Thank you for your courage. We'll have you back on soon. People are emailing us like crazy. They're buying your books. Vince, you were terrific. God bless you. Thanks so much.
Charlie, thank you for your bravery. Thank you for having me on. As long as you and I get out there, we're going to keep this thing going, brother.
God bless you. Thank you.
All right. All right, friends. Vince Everett Ellison is here. I want you to go to my website. And on my website, you're going to see a lot of great stuff, man. You're going to see that we got T-shirts. We got caps. You got my books, my documentaries. You got all kinds of stuff on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Go there. We're dropping new T-shirts. We're dropping new merchandise. My new book, The End of Tolerance, is there. The End of Tolerance. Make sure you get it. Make it #1. If you got my first 3, get The End of Tolerance. It's just as good. And it's telling us we have to end our tolerance with these leftists, these Democrats. We can no longer allow them to sexually groom our children. We can no longer allow them to castrate little boys and call them little girls, run God out of the public square, take away our guns, take away our sovereignty. No longer allow it. So go on VinceSpeaksTruth.com. That is VinceSpeaksTruth.com. Hit merchandise. You'll see the T-shirts. You'll see the caps. You'll see the books. You'll see the documentaries. You'll see it all. And let's keep this ball rolling. God bless you.